For some longtime customers of the Bayside Market, seeing a letter taped to their front doors announcing the market is closing was a bummer.
We're disappointed to learn that our lovely neighborhood store was closing down, and obviously it's been a central part of the community.
What are you going to do for your morning routine now?
Ah, man. I think I'm gonna have to buy like a coffee maker, then just make my own sandwiches at home. You know, I have to like walk pretty far to get like anywhere else, so
The owner of the market isn't happy about it either. What does it feel like to have made the decision that you have to leave this space?
It sucks. I mean, this is my livelihood.
David Pasusic says the cost of running any small business continues to rise by thousands of dollars between the rising price of inventory, insurance, and his monthly PG&E bill. But the safety of his employees and the often violent responses they get when they regularly catch shoplifters is the main reason why he's closing up shop.
Some of them refuse to give it back, fight us, try to fight us, and or they say, well, go ahead and call the police. I'll wait for the police to show up. And they laugh in your face because they know they're not going to show up.
Along with the harassment and violence, he says he's also had to resort to boarding up his windows at closing time because of repeated break-ins. And for those reasons, the Bayside Market will close as of Friday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we're going to be talking about the San Francisco where this man here, where his livelihood was this market, where they call it RJ's Market. Well, he's now evacuating San Francisco, moving away because, well, there's too much crime, as you can see in the video. And we're going to be going over this with kind of what's going on, the situations why San Francisco is like this, and all of the reason why San Francisco is a failed city, because they just won't prosecute crime, they won't do anything about it, and it just continues to be a huge issue. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it.
For joining us here on Cron 4 News at 10, I'm Noelle Bello. Our top story tonight, after 35 years of operation, a San Francisco market is closing its doors. The owner says crime and the rising cost of business have led to the decision. Cron 4 Sarah Stinson joins us in studio now after going to the market and speaking with the owner. Sarah.
The decades-old Bayside Market along the Embarcadero will be laying off 6 employees when it closes this Friday. About 8 others are being transferred to another location. The owner says crime has become so bad he feels staying open would put him and his staff in danger.
It's not about the dollar. It's about my safety and my staff's safety, and it's just too dangerous.
David Pasusic says constant crime gives him no choice but to close his second-generation business, Bayside Market.
All of my managers have had their knives pulled on them. This is within 2-year span after COVID.
Now, I want you guys to start understanding here just a little bit. I want you guys to understand that this has been an ongoing thing for San Francisco for years. Now, I'm not talking about, the crime necessarily where it's, where it started back in 2015. I'm also talking about, it started rising around 2019 here. And ever since then, these people that have been stealing have gotten more brazen and more crazy because San Francisco just does not prosecute its people. It doesn't prosecute criminals. They want to be soft on crime, and it's causing a massive problem here in the city of San Francisco. And a lot of these store owners, such as this guy here, is suffering for it.
I've had probably a knife pulled on me at least 6 or 8 times.
This corner market has been serving people on the Embarcadero since 1989 under the Pasusic family company called RJ's Markets. A sign on the front door notified longtime customers about the closure.
pretty sad to see that it's closing because we live right in this building.
People are coming in crying and I can't believe we're leaving.
Out of all his years in business, Pasusic says this year thefts are happening daily.
Maybe up to 10 or 12, 15 times per week with incidents of people trying to shoplift or, take this and that.
Pasusic says he was nearly dropped from his insurance after several break-in claims, and the bills started stacking up.
You're not going to be able to get insurance, and you have your surcharges, and it's just astronomical. Our PG&E bill in June was $5,000. August was $8,000.
Now, I want to talk about very briefly about the insurance companies that he's talking about with the insurance situation. Now, the reason why some of its insurance is increasing is because the way California is and how expensive it really is causing there. So we have this as well, more insurance companies leaving California, and then the companies like Allstate is looking to raise California homeowners insurance premiums by average of 34%. And then you have, of course, outside of Allstate, you have State Farm also looking to a huge increase in their home insurance rates in California. And for State Farm specifically, if they don't get what they want, like the 30 or 40% raise, they're just going to outright leave California. So California is having a huge insurance problem, and this is the reason why his insurance is increasing greatly and all that. So this is a huge problem. Like, this is not going to go away anytime soon.
Sick says it's frustrating when city leaders report crime being down.
Merchants and owners don't see it.
His advice to city leaders? Take
care of crime. It's simple. You know, the city's out of control. They're doing whatever they want, and unfortunately, businesses and individuals are the ones paying the price.
The owner says Supervisor Matt Dorsey reached out to him to see what the city could do to help, but Pasusik says it's just too late. We reached out to Dorsey, but he was not available in time for this report.
Yeah. So that is just what it is. The own people of San Francisco are saying, "Oh no, we don't have crime. We don't have a crime problem. It's all perfectly fine. There's no increase in crime," which is all BS because the people, the residents, are still doing this, are going for this, and you're flat out lying to them. But of course, I would always say it's the residents' fault for actually not trying to vote differently. But if they're going to keep being stupid, well, I don't know what else to tell them. Now, I'm going to go exactly on what was the cause of this. Now, we have this here where there was the defund the police situation, right? So this was what's going on here with the defund the police. There's even a defund the police website here, pretty much saying defund, disarm, and disband San Francisco Police Department. Now it's time to defund the San Francisco Police Department and reinvest in our communities. So again, there's still a website here pretty much saying we want to defund the police. This is still ongoing. And of course, when we go and look at some of the other things here that is with the defund the police and stuff like that, we're going to go and see this here. A woman said there was one of the mayors was backtracked on defunding the police. She pretty much saying who pushed to defund the police, pleads for more officers in her district. And that's not good, though that isn't going promising there. But it gets worse. So also, when we go down to defunding the police, it had a catastrophic effect of essentially having San Francisco thinning fast, because nobody wants to go and join San Francisco Police Force when nobody is likes the San Francisco Police or wants San Francisco or even wants police there, and they're having a problem getting people because San Francisco's ranks are thinning fast and recruitment is lagging. Is damage permanent? And, well, it may be permanent, and the problem that we have here with this is that we have this. The applications to the San Francisco police began dropping in 2019, plummeting to a low of 1,586 in 2021, and coming up to 3,008 last year. Still, they remain far below numbers seen in previous years. 2013 saw more than 6,000 people apply to become cops. So that was what's going on there. And even they go on to say, we got big problems. If major action is not taken soon, we fear the damage to San Francisco PD may be permanent. The association tweeted in May, "We are not sure if those who should know how bad things are, or if they're too afraid to look." So they have massive police problems. The reason why the police are not coming is because, well, they can't do anything because let's go and look at their actual laws on stealing. So what we have here with their stealing and their laws with theft, specifically, let's go with that, types of crimes covered by San Francisco theft law, which there are several types of crimes covered by California Penal Code, and these include, but are not limited to, burglary, credit card fraud, embezzlement, fraud, grand theft, identity theft, larceny, petty crimes, receiving stolen property, robbery, and shoplifting. And what do you say that is all going on with the charges for grand theft? Well, depending on the type and severity of the crime, the charges and repercussions of stealing vary. They may be prosecuted or as felonies or misdemeanors. Penalties can consist of a combination of fines, prison time, and life criminal records that can have adverse effects on your career and financial future. The categories of crime include grand theft is a felony and contains items valued at more than $950. Petty theft is a misdemeanor and includes items valued at $950 or lower. That means if you don't get over $950, it's just a misdemeanor. It's just a slap on the wrist. That's all it is to it. And then shoplifting and the penalties for it are similar to petty theft. So if you go and shoplift or anything else, it is considered petty theft. So they can just go steal up close to $1,000 worth of inventory, and it's just going to be considered a misdemeanor, and it won't be a problem. Now, if we go and ask who is the actual issue to all this, then we can go look at no more than Chesa Bowden, which got recalled. But the reason why is that he got recalled was because he was just not doing his job. He was not doing what he was supposed to do because, of course, he was just simply not prosecuting people. It goes on to say that this guy here, the results speak for themselves. In 2018, Bowden reduced San Francisco's jail population by 73% to 706 from 2,850 in 2019, despite the fact that more than half of all offenders and 3/4 of the most violent ones who are released from jail before trial commit new crimes. The charging rate for theft by Bowden's office declined from 62% in 2019 to 46% in 2021, and for petty theft declined from 58% to 35%. So this man here, you see, Chesa Bowden, is part of the reason why this was such a big issue. Now, he had a recall, of course, but it doesn't matter. The crime is still here because they still won't prosecute these people. So the crime is going to continue being worse, it's going to continue being bad, and until they fix the problem, it won't get better. And San Francisco is going to continue to fall down to from one, I would say, one great city to an abomination. And that's just reality, and that's what people are going to have to live with in San Francisco. I'm a man that likes the law. I'm not a huge fan of the police either, but you need to have them around. Otherwise, you have to go and defend yourself when things happen. And then, if that's the case, laws would have to be changed to defending yourself, because if you're getting attacked, you need stronger laws for defending yourself. I don't understand what is really going on in San Francisco, but the wokeness is really destroying it, and that's just all calls to the reality. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.